I want to look at the. I'm live on YouTube, by the way. But I want to look at a fucking decent build, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to phone you.
Brian.
Hmm.
I'm sleepy.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So about a week or two ago, I posted a Hunter's Fury build right when TU11 dropped. Thank you guys so much for
You like it actually, do?
you guys are gonna like a lot. I know I'm loving it. Before we get into the build,
Run perfect
we
for
got a
Zabriskie.
nice PvP Community Plays of the Week segment. Let's go ahead and roll the footage. You're so bad, man. Like, you can't do nothing else but a fucking shotgun, bro. You can't. This is why you fucking suck at this fucking game. An agent needs assistance. I hope you guys enjoy those clips. I appreciate everybody. And next week's video. Alright guys, so today we are going to be talking about the Hunter's Fury gear set. I'm sure you guys have been seeing this gear set all over the place on YouTube. It is definitely one of the best gear sets in the game, and what's nice about this gear set overall is there's actually a lot of ways to build around it. My previous build that I posted a couple weeks ago, I'll put a link at the top of the screen if you guys are interested, was an earlier version of that build. At the time of posting that video, I did not have my hands on the Memento exotic backpack yet. Now, aside from the fact that the Memento is one of the coolest looking backpacks in the game, what I love about it is the fact that it's very easy to obtain. Really, all you have to do is just play the game, and once you reach Season 3, level 90, you'll get your hands on the Memento. Now, one thing that annoyed me about this exotic when I got my hands on it was the fact that it wasn't God rolled, so I actually had to recalibrate it or reconfigure it, however you say it, maybe 8 or 9 times to get it to a spot where I was actually comfortable. And even though it's not completely God rolled right now, all of my rolls are high, so I'm okay with it. Now you'll notice as you guys watch this gameplay, I'm actually pretty tanky. You know, I have a good amount of armor on this build. We got a ton of bonus armor coming in, but one thing to keep in mind is the fact that I am shredding through these NPCs. And the reason the Memento is so good, I mean, top tier, one of the best in slot backpacks for really any build, is because it's so versatile. The Memento works great on a damage build, it works great on a tank build, on a skill build, really anything. And if you're creative enough, you can create some pretty cool combinations using this backpack. I will say adding this Memento backpack was definitely the finishing touch on this build, and I cannot be more impressed with this setup. Very simple to put together, but extremely effective. Now, as you guys may know, one of the cons with running gear sets is you sacrifice quite a few attributes because some of the pieces only roll with one attribute. So on a build like this, it can be difficult to get high crit hit damage, which is the reason I'm using the Dark Winter. Not only is the Dark Winter one of my favorite SMGs in the game, but it makes a lot of sense for a setup like this because every time we kill an enemy with a critical hit, we get 50% critical hit damage for 10 seconds. Adding the Memento to our build allowed us to get 4 blue armor cores on the build and 3 red armor cores, which is pretty good. We also have 2 skill tiers on the build because we are using the new TDI card custom pistol that gives you a skill tier on the build. And what's great about the Memento, it also gives you a skill tier. You know, it gives you armor, weapon damage, and a skill tier, which is amazing. This backpack opens up a lot of doors for different combinations, different hybrid builds, and so many different ways to build. It's really one of the main reasons why I think it's best in slot. I'm going to show you guys what I'm working with here. I'm going to explain everything in detail as I always do, okay? Now, for specialization, I recommend really anything that works for you. You know, I chose Firewall because I like the shield. Now, I don't know if it's just me, guys, but for some reason, when I'm playing missions, you know, whatever I'm doing in PvE, every time I pull out that shield, I feel like NPCs just aren't really targeting me as much. They're not shooting me as much when my shield is out. It's almost as if they're getting distracted. Either way, the shield is great. All right, it's going to give you extra survivability, which is what we want. And the Striker Shield, the Firewall Shield gives you extra weapon damage bonus. Okay, per enemy, we're getting 12% weapon damage bonus for every single enemy that's in front of us, which is great. Now, this fits my playstyle. I like running shields, but if you want to go, you know, more armor on kill and bonus armor when you proc a medkit, you can also go gunner. It's really up to you at the end of the day. Another good thing about Firewall, you get an attachment on your primary, which fits most weapons in the game. That gives you 10% crit hit damage, which is pretty nice. So you can see here on this build, right now I have 1.5 million armor. Now you might be asking why my armor is so high, you know, why I'm not in the 1.1 to 1.3 million armor range for PvE especially. Well, I want more survivability, guys. And what's great about this Memento, this is the type of build where you're up to 1.5. Favorite SMGs, the Dark Winter. Okay, it's hitting for 83.2k damage at 1200 RPM at 1.5 million armor. Okay, that's a lot of damage for a 1.5 million armor build. Max SMG, max crit chance, 8% damage to targets out of cover, and this is the talent that I was talking about, Perfect Killer. Killing an enemy with a critical hit grants 50% critical hit damage for 10 seconds, and it continuously refreshes for every enemy that you kill, which is awesome. I'm using for my secondary the Mop shotgun. The only reason I'm using this is for that extra armor on kill, and I have Optimist on here. So weapon damage is increased by 3% for every 10% ammo missing from the magazine. For my pistol, this is the TDI card custom that I was talking about. The only reason I'm these, and it's going to allow you to do what you do best with a build like this, shred armor. So you can see here we have 4-piece Hunter's Fury, we have 1-piece Sokolov, and we have the Memento backpack. Let's go through this piece by piece, okay? So having 4 pieces of Hunter's Fury on, again, one of the best gear sets in the game right now. For 2 pieces, you get 15% shotgun damage and 15% SMG damage, which is nice. We have an SMG and a shotty on the build. We get 20% armor on kill and 100% health on kill. The main reason this gear set is so good is because of Apex Predator. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy
Kyle,
with your...
I was completely wrong about Hunter's Fury, mate.
Is it shit?
No, it's OP as fuck. Like, way too OP.
That is so good is because of Apex Predator. Enemies within 15 meters receive
This guy's got 1.5 million armor, right? No even running glass cannon. And he's running through the enemies faster than me.
Your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters and
That's fucking nuts.
weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds.
The only thing is, right, the backpack that you need is the Memento, which is season pass level 90. So we could have that in a couple of days, and we can work with a different backpack.
Let's get grinding then.
To 5 times. So the quicker you are dropping MP7 damage, that is so good. Send shotgun to these, and it's gonna allow you. I'm gonna get my decoy to skill tier 2. You stack damage, you stack bonus armor, you stack so many things, armor regen. I found that once I bumped it up to 1.5 million armor, I was just way more efficient, I was tankier, and I was still doing tons of damage. I was shredding through NPCs, you can see from the gameplay footage. So for my primary, one of my favorite SMGs, the Dark Winter.
He's using the Dark Winter SMG, mate.
3.2k damage at 1200 RPM.
Which is the
That's a lot
Vector.
of damage for a 1.5 million armor build. Max SMG,
Yeah, that's
max per chance, 8% damage to targets out of cover, and this is the talent that I was talking about, Perfect Killer. Killing an enemy with a critical hit grants 50% critical hit
fucking
damage
knows
for 10
what that
seconds, and it continuously refreshes
Whatever it is, I've
every
not got
enemy that you
one.
kill, which is awesome.
Oh, it's the
Using
Vector
the
SBR.
secondary, the Mop
The
shotgun.
Vector
The only
SBR
reason I'm
9mm.
using this is for that extra armor on kill, and
What's
I have
that?
Optimist on here. So weapon damage
SMG.
is increased by 3% for every 10% ammo missing from the magazine. For my pistol, this is the TDI card custom that I was talking about. The only reason I'm using this is for that extra skill tier, which is going to get my decoy to skill tier 2, which is going to increase the threat, health, and the duration. The decoy is one of my favorite skills to use when I'm running solo because it distracts NPCs, and it's going to allow you to do what you do best with a build like this, shred armor. So you can see here we have 4-piece Hunter's Fury, we have 1-piece Sokolov, and we have the Memento backpack. Let's go through this piece by piece, okay? So having 4 pieces of Hunter's Fury. So you can see here we have 4-piece Hunter's Fury, we have 1-piece Sokolov, and we have the Memento.
Right, we want a Sokolov chest piece with Intimidate on it. So let's
What?
get grinding. The talent that we want is Intimidate. Right, which is, let me go body armor, talent. Where the fuck is Intimidate?
I think I've got it.
I don't even have it. Oh, there it is there. Whilst you have bonus armor, amplifies total weapon damage by 35% to enemies within 10 meters. Right, so we're wanting a Sokolov piece, mate. You want to get them tonight? Like, work on that build tonight?
Aye.
Oh, mate, we're not even going to be able to.
How?
Because the only green drops are top left.
I've already got 4 piece.
I fucking deleted all mine. No. I didn't deconstruct junk. Let me just keep that. Right, so we're wanting holster, mask, gloves and knee pads.
I've got that.
I've only got the fucking mask, holster and knee pads.
So I'm on the hunter's mask. The holster. Gloves and knee pads.
You know what it is? I'm going to keep my gloves the new.
What was it running about? SMGs?
SMG and shotgun. So I'm going to run the Sweet Dream shotgun and the Vector. On the Vector I'm going to run reload speed. Yeah, we're better off running the flamethrower as well, mate.
Flamethrower?
I don't even have the flamethrower. I mate, fireball. But it doesn't matter, like, it really doesn't make a difference. I'm gonna go reload speed and then crit chance.
What SMGs have I got? gloves, no SMGs.
Then I'm going to keep them gloves until I can get Hunter's Furies.
Reward for completing projects or control points of level 3 or higher also pops the Vector.
And then I'm running the card custom pistol.
So I have a shotgun. And an SMG. I'll go run the Banshee.
Healthy mate, I've got my PCs until I can get that momentum.
To be the medal bag.
But right now I'm going to recalibrate some of my PCs, mate. So I've got the mask on. And I'm going to start on
This thing doesn't work out and you end up going back to Fox River. I ain't coming to get you. I mean, you are the brains and I am the brute.
Okay, read on it. Someone. To red. To blue. Someone. Blue on that. Can I put blue on that? Can I put blue on that? Okay, plug out my can mate. Is it?
Reinforcements incoming. Serious trauma detected. Agent incapacitated. Assistance needed.
I feel very fortunate to have met you.
What? Fucking don't want that then.
I'm confused. What's going on?
Thank God for train.
She died.
Kill help.
Oh shit.
Delay sharp.
50 shot. I'm gonna go bedroom, man.
Yeah, same by the way, mate. I'm actually fucked. So 10:30 now.